You may not have a big truck. Maybe you've got an EV. You're looking for something really cool to tow? Take a look at the 2025 nuCamp TAG XL. The best part is that it's customizable. Look at this. Somebody had this painted to match their vehicle. Pretty cool. If you want standard colors, definitely those are out there as well. But it's small, it's lightweight, it's comfortable. I'm going to show you all the details, so stick around. Hey everybody, I'm PJ from Princess Craft RV, and this is the 2025 nuCamp TAG XL Boondock Edition. What you need to know is that this fits in your garage. It's only 6'3" tall, 13 feet 7 inches long. That's nothing. And it only weighs 1,340 pounds, so super easy to tow. The best part is that if you have a small vehicle, you need to be concerned with tongue weight as well. The tongue weight on this, only 115 pounds. So super cool, super small. Let's go inside and take a look around. I know what you're thinking. Am I gonna fit in that? Well, this bed in the XL version is 70 inches by 78 inches. So that's a nice size. And the Boondock package comes with these super comfy trifold mattresses. That's what they're called. They have a finish on them that is a microfiber. It feels very much like a velour or a soft leather, but easily cleanable. And look how thick these mattresses are. So comfy. You can set them up to this sofa style or lay them flat out. Works great. You're gonna love it. That's on the Boondock package. The next question is always, where am I going to put my stuff? Well, we're going to go through storage right now. Up on the front, you've got two open cabinets, one on each side of the window, and they're about 18 inches wide and about 8 or 10 inches deep. They do follow the curve of the front, so yeah, a little narrow at the back. But it's a great place to put things that you can just reach in and grab. Now for you, that might be electronics. For someone else, that might be their t-shirts. I mean, whatever works for you. It's a fair amount of space in those cubbies. Now down below, in what we like to term the headboard, you do have a shelf on the top. It's about 2 inches deep. And then you've got sliding cabinet doors that can give you access to the space between the front wall and that little flat headboard. Just slide that door open and you've really got a fair amount of space. It's about 3 or 4 inches deep in the bottom and narrow at the top, but still all across the front, hidden storage. Now, let's look behind me here at the rear of this camper because there's so much to see there as well. Now, right back here on both sides, you are going to have cabinets that open. About 5 inches deep, following the curve, but a good height. So a fair amount of things can go in there. And you've got that on both sides. Now on the driver's side, you've got an open shelf underneath. Again, a nice space that's about 6 inches tall and about 4 or 5 inches deep. Nice for reach-ins, but also clothes, anything else, that can go there as well. In this center space, the door lifts up, and this is probably the largest enclosed space in the trailer. So it's about 10, 12 inches deep and about 8 or 10 inches tall. A fair amount of space in here, and for those of you who want to add a TV, there is TV prep in the back. So you just tie into that. You can remove this cabinet door, put a TV here, or I've also seen it where people mounted the TV on the front of the cabinet door. However you want to do it, it's already prepped for you. So let's look a little further into storage space. You've got the two open shelves on each side, about 18 inches long, only about 2 or 3 inches deep. But again, every bit of space counts, and you'll find all kinds of great uses for those little cubbies on both sides. That feels like a fair amount of storage for a unit like this, but everything underneath here is 3-inch storage, and they have made it so easy to get to. all you have to do is lift up the side door. They've got a nice handle on that for you, and you've got the full space underneath this cushion. In the back, because these cushions pull forward, you can easily open these end ones, and they open separately so that you don't have to bother with the cushions to reach these on the end if you have them sitting up in the sofa position. All of that makes it super easy to access, and I don't know anybody in a TAG that wouldn't be okay with that space. So don't worry about storage. There's a fair amount here, but there's a lot more to look at. So let's keep going. While we're right here at the back of the trailer, let's talk about appliances, because the first thing here is going to be the electric heater. Now, in the past, there were TAGs that did not have heaters, but in 2025, you have this electric heater here, easily adjustable at the top, and it is going to make it so toasty in here, even if you're in freezing weather. The dual pane windows really help with that as well. Did you guys know that most of the heat and cold you lose out of your camper through the windows? So you've got that covered in this camper. The AC's right here, 5,000 BTU. Again, with this space, oh, really nice, really cool. You do have a switch right over here to turn on the fan to vent the hot air behind it. That's super important. So you want to remember whenever you turn on your AC to turn on the AC fan with that switch. Now let me scoot back just a little bit because there's some more gear back here I want to show you. You've got the converter. It's got the breakers and fuses right here. Easy access if you have any electrical issues. That's always a great place to start. To the right, a 110 household plug. Of course, that's only going to work when you're plugged in at a campsite, but as with the heater and AC, that's the way you're going to power these appliances. And underneath here, you have the carbon monoxide LP detector. It's real sensitive, guys, and this is a small space, so we always recommend, whether it's hot or cold outside, that you crack that fan at the top just a little bit when you're sleeping. Allow a little bit of ventilation, because if carbon monoxide builds up in here, it will set off that alarm just from you guys sleeping. I mean, you might be in here for 10 hours taking a long winter's nap. You never know. All right. So all of that is right here on this front wall. We do have lights on the other side, reading lights, and they're super cool because they run strictly off of 12 volt, and you can punch the button once and they're blue, punch it a second time and they're white. So you can get the type of light that you want. You know, when it's super dark outside, you may not want that bright white light. But something else they do with the lighting in here that I really like is that they have a panel across the top where your high-powered fan is, which is reversible and has 3 speeds. Super nice if you're not running the AC, you're boondocking, you just want to move some air. All right, back to the lights. So this panel across is going to have recessed lighting behind it. So if you don't want those lights in your eyes, just flip the switch on the end, and that is going to turn on the recessed light in the ceiling. You also have a porch light on both sides. You'll see the switches right up here, one on the other side. They're controlled separately, so you may want it dark on one side, light on the other. You also, on a boondock package, have an underglow light. Now, it does look cool, kind of dresses up your camper, but the thing I like the most about it is that if I am in a very dark spot or camping in a dark place and I'm getting in and out, I like that underglow light because I can see the camper, I can see where the step is, and I'm not walking up to a pitch black camper. It's just super nice. So all 3 of those switches, the ceiling light, the porch light on that side, and the underglow lights are on the passenger side, right up there on the ceiling panel. And right next to it, you'll see the smoke detector. Always a great thing. You'll want to stay safe. Now, this detector is connected to the battery. That's standard in most RVs. So if it starts to chirp, you know that the battery on the trailer is getting low. That one is a little different. It has a little 9-volt battery in it, so it's easy to change if that battery gets low. You'll just want to be sure and carry a spare. Okay, let's move on. There's more to talk about. You know, I mentioned the windows. I want to show you those real quickly because this is one of the best features of nuCamp. They are dual pane acrylic windows, very light, and when you open them, you get full airflow. Not like a slider window where when you slide it, the air can only come in half of it. So that's one of my favorite things. Let me get this one open. Can't get it from that direction. You have to punch these red buttons to unclamp it. Most of these windows have 4 clamps, some have 6. Open them up, push them open as far as you would like, and tighten it down. Now on this window, that is the farthest that it opens. But even open like this, it has great airflow coming through. You can put the screen up, or down, I guess, and privacy up, or my favorite, kind of half and half. I don't want people looking in, but I want a little bit of airflow. One more thing I want to show you on these windows is when you close this, just loosen that, it's going to close. There is a slot right here that you can put this clamp in, and when you do that, you do get a little bit of airflow coming in, but it latches your window so it's secure. That's great. One of the ways that you can get a little bit of air inside this trailer when you're sleeping or when you just want to keep a little bit of ventilation. The only thing is, you don't want to go down the road like that because wind can catch this window and take it right off. So be sure when you're closing it that the end of that latch goes completely in front of that slot. You want to be able to see the entire latch. So once you get your windows closed, you're good to go. There are 3 of these, 2 on each side, great for cross ventilation, but they have a curved one in the front. That is what makes this feel so open. It is what they endearingly call the Stargazer window, and yes, it opens, and yes, it has a blackout shade and a screen as well. So you can screen up all these windows, have a nice breeze coming through with your power fan, and it's really comfortable even in hot days. I have camped in this trailer and we have 110-degree days, but you get that airflow going in the shade, in your camper relaxing. It's pretty nice. Now there's one more tiny thing I want to show you because, you know, you got to know everything, right? Right up here, there is a cup holder. You know, cup holders are one of those things that you're either wanting one or you hate them. If you don't like them, just leave them folded up. You'll never really know they're there. But if you need a place to put your drink when you're relaxing, you can fit it right in there. Or I like to just leave this piece down and just maybe set my phone right there because I usually store lots of things on top of that shelf. Either way, it's just another horizontal surface for you to use however it works for you. And there's one on both sides. Right here, that would be your fire extinguisher. Guys, don't take that out. You might need it. You never know. And you want it accessible right there. It's small, doesn't take up much room. Maybe you can decorate it somehow, but leave it in the camper. All right, there's my tip for the day. Don't give up your fire extinguisher. Now let's go outside because there's a lot to see out there. While I was heading outside, I realized I didn't tell you there was pockets on the doors. I mean, it's a small thing, but in a camper like this, it might be really important to you. I also love these portal windows, and they have blackouts in them, or you can just turn them and you can see out. Kind of a cool little thing, right? All right, let's get to the ruggedness of this trailer. The floor is a composite called TransCore. It is strong and it's not permeated by water. So you're not going to have any floor rot. It's going to be there for the lifetime of this camper. So the fenders, of course, they're going to be the powder coated steel as well as these nice landing boards here. That's going to allow you to get up and access those roof racks. Standard on the 2025 tags is the boondock handle, the off-road tires, they're 15-inch, you do have a pitched axle, electric brakes, and you have a full underbelly shield. So this guy's ready to go off-road and have some adventures with you. Also standard is going to be 180-watt solar on the roof. Another great thing, you have a 100 amp hour lithium battery, comes standard on this trailer, no extra charge. Okay, let's take a look at some of the features. So right here, you've not only got the city water connection that connects to the hydrant, but you have the access to fill the 8-gallon freshwater tank. Right up here, if you happen to have a TV, you've got a cable connection, always nice. And below that, the 30 amp plug for shore power. Now right down below, this is going to be a spray port, and the coiled hose stays right in here. It's very easy to do. It's got a quick connect, just slides right in there and connects. And then you've got a spray port right here. I mean, great for being at the beach, maybe even cleaning a grill, rinsing off, whatever you need. All right, you have this running board that runs the full length of it. And I like to point that out because it's really nice to stand up here, reach whatever you might be putting up there on the roof rack. But if we go in front, you're going to see they have improved this tub in 2025. It goes almost the full width right in front of your diamond plate guard there. And let's lift this up. It's got security on both sides, but then it's also got a latch. You can see that 100 amp Battleborn battery in here. Now you can use the rest of this for storage, or if you wanted, you could add more batteries. So keep that in mind if you want a bigger battery bank on a TAG. If you're a serious boondocker, that's not a bad idea. All right. Coming around, you do have a plug holder. You know, it's a simple thing, guys. But once you unplug from your vehicle, you don't want that rolling around in the dirt and the mud. It just has a nice little space. And of course, your chains. It is a manual jack. You can always upgrade to an electric. And if you did want to upgrade to an electric, the Jacket bike rack is a great addition for those of you who want to carry bikes. It goes right up here and your bikes are just above it. Handles on the front, just like always, because like I said, it's 1,340 pounds. You can push this around on your driveway or at a campsite to get it in that perfect spot. All right, let's keep backing up here. You do have full-size spare. Now that does come standard with this, mounted on the side, easy access. And I mean, the best part really is the outdoor kitchen. So let's take a look. Starting here on this side, there is a nice cutting board for a countertop, but if you want to remove this, use it somewhere else, it lifts right out, and underneath is a 12-volt cooler. Lift that up. You can set it to be a freezer if you prefer, but a really nice space right here. Slides right back in. If you're hooked up to shore power, your microwave is going to work. Always handy if you just need grab-and-go food. 2-burner stove. You've got over here the USB and the 12-volt plug-in, as well as the 110 plug. Hooks for utensils, and a shelf over here for all those things you want to just keep handy. Here is the sink, single handle. I love that. Works well. Now there isn't a gray tank on here, so you want to have something underneath the trailer to catch that water. It does have that 8-gallon freshwater tank, and you do have, on that Black Canyon package, you do have a water heater under here. So right now is a really good time to talk about what's included in that Black Canyon package, because what that is the hot water right here. It also includes the underglow lighting and a tank heater for that freshwater tank in case you get in freezing weather. In addition to the 180-watt solar panel that you have on this camper, you also have an additional 120-watt. So tons of solar. So if you increase the battery power, you could be good to go almost anywhere. Now, if you like to bring your own grill, there is a gas port right under here to add to this great kitchen on the back. So I have shown you all the details on this TAG XL. This 2025 version with the Black Canyon package has so many great features. If you want to know more or you have some questions, just let us know. I'm PJ with Princess Craft RV, and I'll see you next time.